But how about switches which does not have a PnP capable iOS installed? Let's have a look at my use case. So the 2960X at the bottom, but it can also be another switch running a non-PnP image, wants to be upgraded using APIC-EM as well as a PnP capable switch. So you may have it on stock, or you get it from another location back and just want to do another plug and play in your network. The idea and the solution here is that your distribution switch, in my case a 3750X, but it can also be a 3850 or a 4500, is that we have a new feature called SMI Proxy. The SMI Proxy takes care about the non-PnP communication from the 2960X to APIC-EM. Some prerequisites. First of all, your SMI Proxy switch needs to have an open connection to APIC-EM using the PnP profile. And secondly, it needs to be visible in APIC-EM as unclaimed device. Means the serial number and product ID of the SMI Proxy switch, the 3750, is not known by APIC-EM. That's something I prepared for you. You can also see the configuration of the VStack, which is the next step to enable SMI Proxy on the 3750X in this case. And here you can see the proxy configuration, and at the end you see the PnP Zero Touch, which is the PnP profile, and this is the way we combine the SMI Proxy feature and the PnP profile talking to APIC-EM. Now we need to create a project which is serving the SMI Proxy. In my case I call the project SMI Proxy, and I need to enable a TFTP server in my network where the files are stored, because the SMI device, which has no PnP capable iOS, has no clue about plug and play, so it will fall back to TFTP. And now you have exactly the same screen as you have a PnP event, and you need to fill out all the data about the specific device. So in my case, at 2960X, I call it SMI. My product ID is C2960X PS. I need to get the serial number. I need to add the image file and the configuration file. Important is that you have the correct spelling of the name for the image and the configuration, since this is the list which will be pushed by the SMI Proxy to the 2960X for downloading the specific image. And you see that I have an image which is PnP capable. So first we do an upgrade of the 2960X to a PnP capable device, and after we have installed this iOS, we will do a PnP request for the configuration file of the device. Device certificate and sudo authentication is not supported because the initial image of the device is not PnP capable. Now you see that I'm in pending state. I'm waiting for the PnP event. So let's go to our 2960X. I turn on the monitoring so that you see what's going on. I do a write erase of the switch, and I do a reload of my 2960X and wait for the boot, and then you will see the way we do the SMI Proxy installation. Now you can see that the distribution switch is configuring the 2960X using reverse telnet, and we are downloading a client PnP text file which has the introduction for the 2960X, and also we retrieve the product ID and the serial number of the 2960X to proxy this into APIC-EM. So now you can see that the SMI Proxy in the 3750X has sent the device information to APIC-EM. You can see this on the APIC-EM console, as well as in the log file for the VStack debugging. So now we retrieve the information from APIC-EM, which file needs to be downloaded by the 2960X. And this is exactly what you see on the left side. It's a tar list with an image. And now the upgrade of the 2960X will going to start. And at the APIC-EM console you see deploying image as the current status. So let's wait for the upgrade to happen. You can also see the download status in the VStack CLI. So after upgrading the image to the 2960X, it's going to reload and then connect back to APIC-EM using a direct PnP connection. As you can see here, the new image is recognizing the option 43 sent by the DHCP server, so we can now start the plug-and-play event between the 2960X and APIC-EM. Now it's connecting to APIC-EM, as you know this from a standard PnP process. And APIC-EM is now setting up the connection towards the 2960X. And you can see we're going to deploy the configuration. After that, the switch has been configured entirely by plug and play. We changed the status to provision status or successfully deployed. And if we then have a look to the configuration, you see it's requesting for username and password. It has a name SMI 2960X success. That's the way I pre-configured the device with my config template, and I'm done. So that was the demo how a non-PnP capable iOS version of a switch can be